Hey guys, my name is Ella and today we're going to be doing another pick a card reading. So in this specific reading, we are going to try and see what your life could be like 1 to 3 years from now. Again, it's not going to be exact timing. Take all of this kind of predictions lightly, especially because it's a general reading. You know, your future can change any moments. The goal of this reading really that we're doing here is that you kind of could see maybe you know, a few clues, a few hints in which direction the events could go, and maybe you could use some of that information to make better decisions now. Maybe there is something like you've been feeling is coming your way, or there is something you've been considering, and maybe we will see something, you know, some events of your life 1 to 3 years from now, and knowing that information you will be able to, I don't know, maybe make a better decision right now about something, or just there is something that needs to be brought to your attention. I really don't know in which direction this is gonna go, you know, honestly, but it's just I always want to remind you guys this is a general reading. So I personally, you know, don't really like to be doing a prediction like what's gonna happen, because again, future can always change, but it's good sometimes to know what are the energy openings, what are some potential blockages as well. Like if we know ahead, and this is how I love personally to use astrology, if we know ahead what are some of the energetic, you know, combinations that are going to be happening very often in this present moment, we can make better choices and prepare ourselves better to something, so that, you know, we we just constantly grow and elevate ourselves to our higher destiny. So anyway, these are your options. This was going to be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Number 1, this crystal. And if you guys know me, I'm not super huge on crystals, so I think it's Tiger Eye, but feel free to correct me. This one is number 2. It's blue crystal. Okay, this one is number 3, number 4, and number 5. You can pick a crystal, you can pick a pile, whatever it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once you pick your pile, feel free to go to the timestamp that's going to be provided below. And as always, guys, this is a general reading, so not all part of the message could resonate with you. If it doesn't resonate, feel free to always pick a different pile, or maybe just today's reading is not for you. And also, guys, I know that I speak fast often, but I can't always do something about it, because if you know me, when I do a private reading, like, you know, it's one person I work with, so of course I speak much more calmly there, because the energy is just about one person. But when I do a reading like this for a collective, there's just so much energy that comes in, and it comes in so fast, and I'm usually able to process it quite fast as well, which results in me sometimes talking very fast. So you know, you don't need to write me about this in the comments, because this kind of comments really irritate me as well. So just, you know, if you like the way I read, if you like the way I channel, feel free to stay, you know, enjoy the content. If not, maybe I'm just not a reader for you. So anyway, having said all that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, make your choice. Again, we have a couple of last days for our anniversary special sale going on. Check out our Etsy shop for private readings, and check out our Instagram as well. It's Astro and Wonderland. And anyway, guys, let's get started right now. Go to the timestamp and feel free to watch more than one pile. Everyone who picked pile number 1, let's see what you guys have. We have here the past. We have here Fool. We have here love is never in vain. We have here the 3 of Swords. We have here the Queen of Swords. We have here the Empress. We also have here transmutation, hand chakra. There's no really such thing as hand chakra, but here the meaning is a bit different in this oracle. We also have here number 30, sexuality, openness. We have here the King of Swords, interesting, King and Queen of Swords. We have here the 4 of Wands. We have let go. Wow, what an interesting pile. I'm already seeing the message. And we have here the Dancer of Life. Okay, so for everybody who picked this pile number 1, what I'm getting for you is that you guys who picked this pile, you've been through a lot of heartbreak, more than probably anybody else. And I'm surprised that I haven't chose this pile myself, but who knows what's the reason. But I feel like you guys have been through a lot of heartbreak, like really a lot. This Three of Swords energy could be something that you are experiencing now. Maybe there were a lot of disappointments, constantly felt like, you know, whatever it is you're trying to start in a relationship, whenever you get excited, it's just a constant disappointment. And I feel like, you know, here, something that I want to warn you about. I don't think that you're going to be in this energy in the future, given you change something right now. I think what is very important for you here, which is why we got this card here, which is the past. And I hope you guys can see it. Sorry, my camera cannot autofocus, and I cannot buy a new camera right now, you know, unless we can raise the funds. You're always welcome to donate to the channel. But so with the past card, I think it's very important. Like this card literally says, and I don't know if you guys can see this. It says here, examine and overcome limiting habits and attitudes formed as protective reaction to painful events in the past. Because what I feel like for a lot of you guys, and this is something we do this reading about the future so we can prepare right now, so we can be aware of some of the patterns of what we are manifesting. I think for you guys, it's more than for anyone, it's very important to see if a past heartbreak that you had is making you, you know, repeat certain patterns, is making you maybe emotionally closed off, maybe because you were so heartbroken and so hurt you don't even notice it, but you keep actually closing yourself off. Or maybe you are really having this problem letting go of the past. It is very, very important that, again, like this card says, you examine and overcome any limiting habits and attitudes. It says, habits born of hurts long past can grow like weeds that choke the grass. Lessons that you still must learn into a different form will turn. What we learned when we were young can help or hurt in the long run. And so interesting, because we're doing the card for this reading for the future, right? So it's up to you, really. Yes, sure, no one denies that you went through this heartbreak. Yes, it was very painful. Yes, you felt like maybe you were stabbed in the chest, you know, or in the back, whatever it is, you know, you feel like. But it is, you know, just literally, as this card says, what we learned when we were young can help or hurt in the long run. So it's really up to you at this moment, and depending on what you do in this current moment, what you've been through will either help you to actually manifest this future, this destiny that you want, or it will hurt you if you continue closing yourself off. I'm getting the feeling here, and we have here, it's interesting, we have here let go. This card encourages you to let go of the past. Literally, you couldn't have a better combination. And I swear, I never, like, I have no idea. I pick most randomly, like I spent 3 seconds putting these cards together, literally, because I don't have time for this. So, you know, let go of the past. The message couldn't be any clearer, sorry. And it's almost like I'm getting that this person who picked number 1 can be a bit jaded, because, you know, I feel like this card says love is never in vain, but I feel like you guys sometimes doubt yourself. You are like, why the hell did I love so much and stuff like that? Why did I give myself to all these people who never valued me? You could be feeling this. And this card says, when you finally see what this whole time-space thing is all about, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you're going to be so, so, so happy you loved as much as you did. So even though it hurts now, even though you're still maybe in a place when you haven't healed, I think in the future you're going to see that this love was never in vain. It was never wasted. So this is a very important message for you. But you need to let go and examine some of the patterns from your past here if you don't want to repeat them in the future. We also have here this card Fool, which to me shows that it could go both ways here, really. I feel like you guys could be on the two sides of the coin here. The shadow attribute is, you know, when you deny your emotional truth. So maybe for some of you, you guys got so jaded even. And you see, I'm getting like a lot of information, so I'm already speaking very fast. It's just like mind-blowing sometimes how fast it gets. So like, I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's about, you know, some of you just maybe are choosing to close yourself off. Maybe you even like laugh it off and say, oh, I don't care, whatever. I'm not catching feelings and all of that. And our generation is very good at it, right? Like we are always pretend we catch no feelings and whatever, you know, my generation, at least millennials. I don't know, the younger and the older, how you guys do with this. But this card encourages you to become aware of that. At the same time, the light attribute of this card is to fearlessly reveal any emotion. You know, Sometimes you need to laugh, sometimes you need to cry, but it's the best thing to not let these emotions get stuck in our, in our body, which is interesting. The next energy I'm getting here, we have this card, hand chakra, and also transmutation. So I feel like for a lot of you, actually, it could be something you're doing in the current moment, or it could be something you'll be doing in the future. I see something like work, either you doing this, or maybe somebody helps you, maybe you have a healer or something like that, who works with hands, who works with energy. Because I feel like for some of you, this heartbreak and this pain has resulted even in you closing off your sacral chakra or just other chakras in your body, which has to do with the receiving, which has to do with sexuality, being able to receive sexual pleasure, or just, have your heart maybe open as well. Somebody here could be 30, or maybe you will be 30 in a few years from now, because this is number 30 here, and I'm just, sort of like saying the most obvious thing here. So I feel like for a lot of you, there's going to be some healing in that area, healing of your entire physical body, I think, because this is the thing. And I'm here, some of you probably know, I was in Bali for some time learning about different types of healing, and I've learned a lot about how true it is actually that sometimes the pain and unprocessed emotions we have get stored in different parts of our body, which, if we don't take care of it, it leads to disease, right? And we don't want that to happen. So I see some of you either right now or in the future going to be working with healing, with hands, healing yourself through energy. Maybe it will become even your profession for some of you. For others, it could be just that maybe you at the moment need energy healing, and maybe you will just get very interested in that, and it will help you heal. Because what I do see, and this is very where this gets amazing in your reading, I do feel like if you take what I just said, and sort of work on those areas, I feel like specifically probably in about 3 years from now, some of you will have children. For others of you who are not interested in having children, I feel like if you're especially a woman watching this, you will be in a very, very much better place in terms of your femininity, in terms of your sexuality, in terms of just creativity. Even for some of you who are creative watching this, you are going to be embodying the higher manifestation of the Empress card. For some of you also who have very difficult relationship with your mother or with the feminine archetype, I also do see you guys healing this. And it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to become best friends with your mother right away, or for some of you, let's say your mother already passed away, right? And so what do you do in that case? But one of the people, actually a few teachers that I really like and resonate, I don't even know if they got it from each other or they just both, or it's some kind of truth that they both communicated, but they said something like our parents, they live within us. So you might not always be able to heal relationship with your parents in a physical world, but you need to heal it within yourself, whatever that means to you. And I see some of you guys who will be doing that, will be healing that, and it will help you heal your feminine energy. And even if you're a man, by the way, watching this, you healing the feminine within, and you also healing relationship with feminine figures in your life can help you a better man, can help you attract also better, not better women, but more healthy relationships with the women in your life. And we also have here Dancer of Life. So I feel like for those of you guys, you felt probably stuck in the past for quite some time, not being able to move on, right? I feel like you guys, through healing and letting go, you will experience some kind of rebirth in your life, completely new stage of life. You will be given almost another shot of life is what I'm hearing, another shot to live your best life. Coming back to just a place of creativity, coming back to the place of playfulness, really, really starting living. And the most important thing that I'm getting in terms of signs, I'm seeing it could be air signs, or also Taurus as well, or somebody with strong Venus. But in terms of signs, what I'm seeing here as well is that you guys, actually, we got here the King of Swords from the Rider-Waite, and we got here the Queen of Swords from the Tarot de la Nuit. I feel like you guys are going to meet your match, and this is going to result in a very happy relationship with the Four of Wands card here. Maybe marriage even for some of you. I'm seeing marriage and kids for some of you. But most importantly, I feel like you are going to meet a person who will be truly, meant for you. You guys are gonna match literally on many different levels. Maybe they are an air sign, maybe you are an air sign watching this who have strong air in your chart. Not necessarily, doesn't have to be. Sometimes Queen of Swords I'm even seeing as a Scorpio energy a little bit, but I feel like whoever it is you're going to be with, they're going to be very, very, very well suited for you. For some people, they could be maybe a bit more conservative and a bit older. It doesn't have to be. The way I'm getting this is not even from cards, like literally, but like Rider Waite is just more conservative deck, and like Tarot de la Nuit is more like modern deck. So if you know what I mean with this. So I do see, guys, some of you are going to really meet your match. If you, again, because the thing is, Queen of Swords, right, can be different energy. Queen of Swords, especially the one that has experienced the Three of Swords, the heartbreak before, can either become very jaded, very closed off, very harsh, or she can become just a strong feminine, strong, wise, you know, a woman who knows where she's been and who knows where she's going. So I see for you guys who, especially if you take my advice here, I feel like you are going to be in a place where you really rise, where your creativity rises, where you become strong, you become resilient. You're a person who is a perfect match for you, and you're going to have this amazing, for once, a foundation, a happy family life with this person, and you're going to feel, I think, more alive than usual, because, again, whatever heartbreak, disappointment you had, love is never in vain, and all of this love that you've given, that you feel like you wasted, is going to come back to you, I think, sooner than you even think it's possible. So anyway, pile number 1, this message was like super clear and, you know, feel free to pick another pile. I hope it resonated. If it didn't, again, feel free to pick another pile. I wish you the best of luck, all the blessings for you right now, year from now, 2 years, 3 years, whatever, you know, from now. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will move to pile number 2. So for everyone who picked pile number 2, let's see what you guys have. Your first card here is Saturn. Your second card here is Judge. Oh, how interesting. Give yourself much more credit. Always a good thing to do, right? We also have here the 10 of Pentacles. I see here 6 of Pentacles. Very interesting. We have here Performer, Leo. We also have here Union, but also Courageous Heart, I think it's called. We have here the 5 of Swords. We have here the 10 of Swords. We have here There Is Something Better, and we have here Dancer of Lies. So pile number 2, and again, I just want to tell you guys, this is a general reading, so it might not be for you, it might be for you, maybe all message will be for you, maybe part of the message will be for you, but I'm getting here quite a few messages, and it's a bit more, how to say, I don't want to say it's a heavy energy pile, but it's something that maybe just will resonate with a couple of people here, because I'm getting here something related to either conflict, or you probably know the situation already, is what I'm getting. We have here card of Judge, which could show that there's some kind of maybe dispute or something of that nature going on. And again, this is, you know, this is no advice, it's just sort of like how to say this, because I'm getting here the energy, which is sort of like something legal, and I don't do this kind of readings, but it's just something I'm seeing here is maybe some of you will be going through some kind of separation, either from a partner or something of that nature. Maybe it's something that has already started for some of you guys, because again, prediction could go anywhere from like a year to up to 3 years from now. Maybe there was a situation where there was a lot of dishonesty, because we have the Dancer of Lies here. There was a lot of dishonesty. Situation itself, it's not necessarily even a legal situation. Maybe there was just something karmically that was unfair. Let's put it this way. With the 5 of Swords, maybe there was a person even who betrayed you in some way, because we got here the 5 of Swords and Dancer of Lies, and it's just crazy how cards, like, you know, like we sort of show the same message from different piles, sorry, different decks. We have Dancer of Lies and we have the 10 of Swords. So I do feel like there could have been a situation where something very unfair happened. You felt the situation was very unfair. You felt very hurt by this situation. And it could have been, maybe some of you guys are going through a Saturn transit, or just Saturn return even. And with Saturn and Judge, I do feel like there is some kind of a karmic situation going on. But as much as it was difficult, I do feel like somebody has betrayed you here. But however, I feel like this situation, whatever it is that was unfair, it's gonna be rebalanced, and it's gonna happen in the future. Given you yourself will also be fair, protect yourself, you know, be your best self, because we have here Saturn, which is, you know, Saturn is a planet that watches kind of like, and if you're honest, it rewards you. It rewards you with whatever the honest resolution of situation is. Kind of like Saturn is in a way this judge, like it's this energy. Many people don't like Saturn, however, it actually has a lot of positive, you know, qualities. And we have here this symbolism here of judge. Some of you could be Libra or Capricorn even. And we have here again symbolism of Libra and the scale, which we see in the Six of Pentacles. In the future, some of you will be receiving, I think, either some kind of a karmic, you know, settlement, like if people have hurt you a lot in the past and you didn't get what you deserve while others were just taking, you know, and getting things. I feel like there is going to be some kind of karmic retribution. For some of you, it could even be like something related to divorce or whatever, things like this. But not necessarily. It could just represent it energetically. So the only thing you need to do is to be honest, to be fair. Of course, protect your interests here, because, again, Saturn watches over us in a way if we are, you know, aligning with the rules of karma. So whenever we are honest, we will get the honest resolution. Whenever we try to do also something funny, Saturn can really, really quickly also create a very painful lesson. So light attribute of judge is balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. So I do think this card here isn't as strong, you know, it's almost like you've been wronged by someone. And I feel here, you know, this person, I feel like really, really has hurt you in some way. And it doesn't necessarily always has to do like money or things like this. It could be just something either happen energetically. But I think like for you, it's important to understand and to let this go, because there's something so much better waiting for you. Don't even cling to that situation. There is literally, as this card says, there's something so much better for you. You need to give yourself way more credit. Don't discredit yourself. And you know, it's almost like it's not your fault whatever happens. But I do think here, again, justice is going to take place. And with the Ten of Pentacles, I think you guys are going to be even very well off somehow because of the situation. Because Six of Pentacles is receiving something that's owed to you sometimes even. And Ten of Pentacles is prosperity, being in a place of prosperity, really having everything you need. We also have here Leo. So the signs I'm seeing could be earth signs, honestly a bunch of different signs. Could be earth signs, could be Libra, could be even somebody who's going through significant Saturn transit, or a Capricorn, could be a Leo as well. I feel like you guys will also be in a relationship, I feel like, with somebody creative, much more suited to you. There is something about number 24, or also 2, 4, or 6 numerologically. I feel like this person is going to be much more suited to you, and just like, you know, we have here, give yourself much more credit, and there's something better. I feel like it's all going to make sense to you in the end, because this is going to be a relationship of two courageous people, and this is also going to be a relationship where both of you will need to really make sure you are not afraid to open your heart. You're not afraid, because I feel like you guys have been through something which could end up in you also closing off your heart. So just make sure you're courageous, you pursue, like you stand your ground, you pursue your truth. And again, I just keep getting this message that somebody was very unfair to you, very dishonest, because Dancer of Life is here, and also the Five of Swords. It's like literally a person was very, very selfish, like something was very selfish here. But it's the good news is, again, it's kind of like karma here, you know, is on your side with the Saturn and Judge. Both are watchers of justice. So you just need to make sure you keep being honest, you know, you keep living your life with integrity. And I think somehow, because of the situation, whatever it is, because again, it's general reading for different people, it's going to be different energy. You're going to receive something very significant. For a lot of you, it's going to be even financial. But if it's not financial, it could be just things like blessings, opportunities for you, because you've earned something. Like whatever was dishonest basically for you, like the scale, you know, here, the scale is gonna be rebalanced. So anyway, guys, again, feel free to pick more than one pile. This was the message for pile number 2. What's going to happen 1 to 3 years from now. I do think it's going to be a very positive resolution. And again, if you know for sure you're not in this kind of situation, and this definitely is not your situation, maybe just check a different pile. But I do think that for whoever was betrayed and whoever was in any kind of situation where something was owed to you, something was wronged to you, justice literally, you know, is going to win. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Now we're gonna move to pile number three, sorry. Pile number 3, everyone who picked this stone, let's see what you guys have. We have here the future. Interesting. We have here mother. We have here you are adored. We also have here 5 of swords. We have here 4 of pentacles. We have here healing grief. We have here throat chakra, self-expression. We have here the coffin, initiation. We have here the 6 of wands. We have here the high priestess. We also have here success and ancestor of hope. So here are a few different messages that I'm getting here. So 1 to 3 years from now, what do we have here? I'm seeing a few actually even different messages about different areas of your life. The thing that stands out to me the most is that for a lot of you in the future, there will be some things that you don't even expect that will happen to you. Because this card here literally says, expect the unexpected to occur. Be alert for new opportunities to come to you in unusual ways. The angels give a gift to you, the future, but they can't undo the fate that you alone make true when expectations cloud your view. For even the most perfect plans need the touch of divine hands. So for a lot of you, there will be a lot of unexpected opportunities, unexpected events happening in the future, but I think they will be good things. It's almost like gonna be blessings that you haven't even hoped anymore. Like ancestor of hope is literally here as well. So it's almost like you already forgot about something. You're already like, whatever, dude, you know, it's never gonna happen. But suddenly I think for a lot of you guys in the next 1 to 3 years, you're gonna get a lot of new opportunities. And the thing is, even if let's say you do hope, let's say, that these opportunities will come, the way that these opportunities I feel like are gonna come is in a way that you could have never predicted or expected. So basically be open. Try to not have too many expectations. Try to not have these expectations how you want these things to manifest. Just be really open. That's what I'm getting from these cards. What I'm also getting here, and this is gonna be amazing news for a lot of you, is that especially if you are in any kind of profession or anybody who is very connected to your throat chakra, which is singing, I'm getting here singing is very important, but it can also be even speaking, any kind of self-expression, like any kind of expressing of your truth, talking to people, speaking in front of audiences, singing as well. Like I'm getting, again, singing is very important here for somebody. This, whatever you're going to be doing, is going to bring you a lot of success. So you probably, guys, are not even expecting or don't even see how this can happen. Like you're like, you know what, I'm just, you know, sure, I'm open, but I don't know how it's going to happen. But I think it's going to happen. Maybe even this is what this expect and expected to occur, because this card 6 of Wands is somebody, you know, who won a victory in this case. And there's all of these people who are admiring this person. There's all of these people, you know, like, you know, masses maybe even who are going to be like, some of you will become even famous, I think, on some level. And again, fame, like I was reading, to be honest, I'll share something with you. I was reading yesterday what makes you an internet celebrity, and apparently, and there is actual advertising standards. So it's not just like somebody came up with it, but it's more like there is some kind of board or whatever, you know. Apparently, if you have more than 30,000 followers or subscribers on the internet, you're a celebrity. And I was like, I was laughing because, you know, my channel has more than 30,000, so I was like, no way, dude, you know. But apparently that's what's considered a celebrity these days. And anyway, point here is that whatever it is, and it's not about subscribers or followers, whatever it is you're going to be doing, there's going to be a lot of people admiring you. You're going to be very successful in that. And this card literally says you are adored. So, you know, it says, don't be fooled by the players and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. So, but it applies for everyone, of course. So you are adored. You're going to be really celebrated and adored for something that you do. And not only that, we also have here a card of success. So whatever it is you're working on now, I would just say, don't get discouraged. Keep working hard on whatever it is you're doing. Just be very open to how things can manifest, because I feel like you guys, maybe you're already doing well in one area of your life, but there is a project or a dream you're like, I just don't know how this is ever going to work. Be open, because it's going to work. How, we don't know here necessarily, but just the message I'm getting for you is that you need to be open. Let's see. So let's move forward here. What should we talk about next? I feel like for a lot of you, you know, one thing that I do want to mention with the 5 of Swords card here, you know, is like whenever we become more popular in whatever it is we do, we have a lot of admirers, and it is normal, it is natural that there is also people who are jealous or whatever. It's just people who haven't healed. It's people who, you know, they want to also do something with their life, but for whatever reason they suppress it, which is why when they see somebody succeeding, very often it manifests as jealousy. And I've been watching a lot of people, like a lot of people I admire on their Instagrams, you know, beautiful people who are helping others, and I've been seeing so much, you know, hate there, and how they deal with it. I've been listening to a lot of people, how they deal with the haters or whatever, and they just say they, you know, they don't let this discourage them. So if you gonna be getting more popular, try to not get discouraged by anybody who is like a backstabber. Like, of course, protect yourself, but, you know, focus on people who adore you, focus on people who love you, because whatever it is you're doing it for yourself, of course, but also for them. Don't let, you know, how somebody once commented this on my channel, like, don't let, you know, idiots ruin it for everyone, something like that. So pay attention to that. I'm also getting here, and again, Sun playing games with me, I'm also getting here for a lot of you, if you still have any kind of grief, you know, still any kind of pain, maybe there was ending in your life, maybe you lost somebody, you're going to be healing from that grief, because you will understand that whatever endings are out there, it's also an initiation. You know, there is never an ending without a new beginning. Always, you know, we need to respect, of course, any kind of energy of life, death, and all these things, but it's a process. So there is, if you lost somebody, if there was any kind of ending, you're going to be healing from this grief. And for a lot of you, this was a process that was, you know, was very hard for you to let go of that. And again, whatever needs to end is going to end, and whatever needs to begin to restart is going to restart. What's going to help you, I think it's going to be your spirituality, your spiritual path, because there is going to be different things you're going to be practicing that you now don't even know exist. I see a lot of you in 1 to 3 years from now are going to be deepening your spirituality. And especially for people, let's say, very often when we lose somebody or when something doesn't go according to our plans, very easy to lose faith. It happened to me many times, but there is always this rebirth, you know, that's available to us. So I feel like for some of you who will experience this rebirth, rekindling of their faith, of their belief, of their spirituality, whatever it means to you, you guys are going to be learning secrets, and going to be learning, like, not just like some, you know, mainstream information, whatever. You're going to be learning secrets that is going to maybe, you know, like, I don't know, for each person is going to be different here, but you're going to be learning something that's going to be so profound and so deep that your life is going to be improving significantly if you're using this energy. And it's going to also help other people improve their life as well. So don't wait, you know, until 3 years or whatever. Like, deepen the spirituality right now, because I do feel like it's going to support everything else you do. We also have here Four of Pentacles, which shows that, you know, if you are afraid to let other people in, because I do feel like you guys are going to get really popular. Whoever picked this pile, you guys have some kind of major windfall and success happening in your life. So maybe for those of you who especially experienced any kind of betrayal, it will be very easy to just sort of start distancing yourself from other people. I do see a lot of you will obviously do very well for yourself financially in the next 3 years. 1 to 3 years from now, again, this is just a timeline. Like, it's not exact, it's not specific, like, it's not, how to say, it's not scientific, it's more like just approximately or whatever, what I'm seeing. I do see you guys, because we have success again here, will be doing very well for yourself. But there's also going to be this tendency, which I think you need to watch out for, to not distance yourself from people, to not become way too, you know, kind of like holding on to even your material assets so much, because, you know, you need to make sure you're expressing yourself, that you are free. Don't become, you know, too sort of like disconnected from others. This is one thing I think you need to pay attention to. And what's very interesting, we have here a card of Mother. So the way I'm seeing this is some of you, especially if you're, of course, woman watching this, are going to become mother. If you're a man watching this, you might become a father. For some of you, I do feel like this is, you know, for just some of you, it's gonna be an energy that you don't expect, because we did have here expect that, expect it to occur. So maybe some of you are like, you know what, no way I am gonna have kids in the next 3 years. For example, I picked this pile. That's what I think. I don't think I'm gonna be ready in 3 years. But I feel like for some of you it's gonna happen. If you absolutely know that this is not what you want, and if you have any kind of, especially conflict with your mother. I think there's going to be an opportunity also for this relationship to go to a much better space as well. So you might be healing your relationship with mother, might be healing any grief. Maybe your mother has hurt you, you hurt your mother as well, or there is just things related to feminine or motherly archetype that needs healing of a grief. I think all of this energy going to be very important, very significant in your life. And you know, mother energy is really, in this light attribute, is about unconditional love, creativity. So all of these things are going to be very important for you. So what else I want to add here? This was actually a very powerful pile for whoever picked this pile. I do think in the future you're going to have a lot of success, and it's not going to be just the success that you kind of already know that, yeah, I'm going to get successful in this area or whatever because I'm working my butt off or whatever. I think even things that you've abandoned, things that you are seeing right now, like how in this world am I ever going to get this dream back or get on this path. Again, this card was very important. I feel like the future, expect the unexpected to occur. There will be blessings coming in, and you just need to be very flexible in the way you allow them to come in, because there is going to be an initiation towards something that's important to you. I do feel like for a lot of you, again, there is a lot of success also coming in, given, of course, you work hard, and just make sure you maintain your hope. Don't lose your hope. Yeah, I think this is all. Again, throat chakra is important here. So a lot of you could be speakers, singers, just people related, like people who are, you know, expressing yourself through voice a lot. And also another thing, let's say if you're not a speaker or singer and chose this pile and feel very drawn to these messages, I think for a lot of you also working with your throat chakra, maybe becoming a better speaker, maybe like starting getting out of your comfort zone. Like, let's say if you're afraid to speak in front of people, or if you're afraid to sing, if you overcome, you know, any kind of fears or any kind of blockages related to your throat chakra into this area, I think there is chances that all of the success is going to manifest so much better. There is, you know, like, it's one of the things you could do even now to improve your chances of all this success that I'm seeing in the future. So anyway, pile number 3, I think it's a beautiful reading. I see a lot of amazing energy. Again, mother energy. Some of you will be mothers, some of you will just be healing your relationship maybe with your mother as well. So thank you guys so much for watching, and now we're gonna move to pile number 4. Okay, so for everybody, pile number 4 who chose this stone, let's see what you guys got. We have here Ancestor of Tribes. We have here Queen of Pentacles. We have here Seven of Pentacles. We have here Strength and Vitality, the Sun. We have here Beggar. We have here Neptune. We have here, it's not only about being right. We have here 19, which is about security. We have here Temperance. We also have here Do Not Stop. And we have here 5 of Wands. Very interesting pile and very interesting message. So what I'm seeing here is 1 to 3 years from now, you guys are going to be making a lot of choices. And I feel like for you, the most important thing is to, you know, we have here Neptune, which is obviously a card of imagination, dreams, sometimes not being able to see clearly even. We also have here this card which talks about, in this particular deck, it's about vision. It's about seeing beyond the obvious. It's about seeing the bigger picture. And at the same time here we have the Temperance, which is, you know, sometimes the way I read Temperance is about certain things happening behind the scenes, because, you know, a lot of cards, if you know tarot well, we see different figures, especially court cards, but even major arcana, who are kind of like behind certain mountain. And I always see personally this angel here as somebody who stands on the other side of the mountain. So all of these people, right, in tarot, they're going through their challenges, through their whatever it is they're dealing with. However, behind the scenes, we do always have these unseen forces. And like, because we see here the mountain, I always feel, again, this is personally how I read cards, I always feel like this is happening behind, you know, that side. So the message here is about making choices, but I feel like a lot of choices you're going to be making will require you, first of all, Neptune is always about spirituality, but it's also about our illusions. Making sure you separate kind of like your illusions, and making sure you sort of like follow your internal spiritual compass. You will really need to, 1 to 3 years from now, but it's also the energy as I'm reading this happening now. I think you guys will really need to make sure you expand your vision. I think for a lot of you, this is even going to be happening this year, because this is to me also Sagittarius, Jupiter card, and we have Jupiter and Sagittarius in Western astrology right now. So for a lot of you, this is going to be about really like, how to say, not forcing, but like, sort of like making yourself, like pushing yourself to really open your mind, maybe, because for a lot of you, you guys could be earth signs here watching this, but not necessarily, could be even Leos, maybe even Pisces. I feel like for a lot of you, you do have this very stable quality to you, maybe very practical, very stable. I feel like you guys could be doing well financially, or at least even if you're not, I feel like you guys are in this place where you're stable at least, and you're building that financial abundance. I feel like you guys are very hard workers, whoever picked pile number 4. You've been working hard on something up to a point where I think, you know, for you it's important to find this balance where, you know, you, like, everything in life is balance. And like when I was in Asia, especially now, like I learned a lot from cultures here. You know, it's about work, relax, work, relax. You cannot constantly, like in the West, we are work, 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 you know, and never stop. And like then we wonder why we, you know, like just break down and stuff. So I feel like for a lot of you, even the suggestion could be like, you work so hard, you sacrifice so much, but make sure you also find, you know, a moment to again rebalance yourself. Remember why you even doing what you're doing, because this card is about vision. So remember why you're doing even what you're doing. What is the reason? Sometimes when we work very hard, we tend to forget that. This happened to me for sure many times. And I do feel like for maybe this message will only resonate for some of you. Maybe it is a friend or a significant other, or even I was getting more than anything a family member who maybe is not as stable as you, or who maybe is overly reliant. Maybe it's just overly reliant on you. So I feel like, you know, it's mixed energy I'm getting here, because I do feel like we have here ancestor of tribes. So this person could literally be part of your tribe, and our tribe can be our family or our friendships, or even if, let's say, the way I resonate with it personally, let's say if you're from certain part of the world, if you're of some nationality or certain ethnic background or certain, I don't know, religious, even spiritual background, it's also kind of like people, you know, we resonate as part of our tribes, right? So, you know, we identify with them on some level. So it could be person like that. I'm getting more like relative, but not necessarily. Again, it's just an energy of tribes here. So maybe this person has, I feel like this person could have issues with their own survival. Like I do see you as more stable, and you have this kind of person who, I don't want to say that they're negative or that they're draining, but because we have here Beggar and 5 of Wands, I do feel like this person sometimes maybe relies on you too much, or maybe expects you to help them with everything. And again, if it doesn't resonate, feel free to choose different pile, because I know that this might be a very specific message for someone. So this is not about kind of like completely, how to say no to them, but maybe you can help this person to, like, you could lead by example. You could teach this person how to empower themselves. Or maybe, let's say, if you aren't part of some community or neighborhood even, or whatever, and you're the first person in that community who became, let's say, self-sufficient, independent, accomplished certain things, and then people around you are like, you know, give me, but they don't expect to do the work. Like they expect you gonna just magically give them some kind of solution. I see these people, by the way, even in spirituality, very often they just want a quick fix rather than do work on themselves. So it's not about like looking at them as this beggar or whatever. I think it's about sort of like showing, like leading by example. And if you do want to help this person, make sure that what you give them actually empowers them and allows this person to, how to say, stand on their own feet rather than constantly rely on you. Like give them some tools where they can empower themselves, and where necessary also learn how to protect your boundaries. Like learn how to, instead of going into conflict or getting in a place where you feel drained or you're in conflict with yourself even, make sure that you create some kind of boundary, which is a healthy boundary. It's healthy to have boundaries. It's not a bad thing. You're not a bad person for doing that. Because I do feel like you guys are very, very giving to everyone, but make sure, again, you fill your own cup first. And because we have here Five of Wands, I do see that a lot of you guys are also in some kind of field that could be very competitive. But I also see that you guys are going to succeed and rise to the top of whatever you do, given you don't stop, given you don't give up, given you, again, have healthy boundaries, have healthy work-life balance. You know, at least you don't need to do it all perfect. I think you just step by step, you kind of, you know, get to that place, because I do think you guys are going to succeed here in something, especially like if you're career oriented, it's going to be very good. We have here the Strength and Vitality card, which is the Sun as well. So I do think when it comes to your relationships and to your work, there is going to be a lot of improvement in the next 1 to 3 years from now. Again, like this all kind of applies given you know, take my advice here. And we also have here, it's not only about being right. So maybe you guys also had some kind of conflict with somebody here. And if you did, I think it's also about sort of like dropping this conflict, because sometimes you do know that you are right and this person is wrong. However, it's not about that. Sometimes after some time, right, when we had conflict with someone, who cares? Just surrender to the light. Let, you know, the light win here, you know. In all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went to the greater length in considering the other's perspective. So consider other person's perspective, be a bigger person, because I do feel like for a lot of you guys, this is something about your community, maybe about your family, even some kind of ongoing conflict, ongoing thing. People maybe drain you, people like you are the hardworking, you are the person who sacrifices so much of yourself. And you are right, you know, I do feel like you guys are right. Everything you think and say and feel is correct. But this card here is just a suggestion, right? It's about kind of like considering other person's perspective. It doesn't have to be only about being right. And because we had this card, we started this reading in the very beginning from sort of like exploring other possibilities, seeing the unseen, seeing what's happening right behind the scenes. You know, and also like kind of expanding your vision, considering all kind of opportunities, all possibilities. I think it kind of confirms that as well. So again, guys, in 1 to 3 years from now, I do see you will be doing very well financially, very well for yourself. Whatever you're working on is going to be paying off. However, it's going to be also a time where some of your relationships will be tested. Nothing bad. I think it's more like you learning, you know, how to help other people, but also helping by not giving them some kind of quick fix, immediate gratification, right, which a lot of people want, but learning, teaching this person, maybe it's in your family, somebody in your community, how to empower themselves, creating healthy boundaries, healthy work-life balance, healthy balance for yourself, considering also things that you don't see. Neptune here could also represent, I think, even, you know, you kind of like diving in and expanding even your spiritual life, because you guys here could be very practical. You guys could be here more like about you just work and stuff like that. So here you sort of balance in different aspects of your life. So I think this is where I'm gonna start. Number 19, stop. Number 19 and number 14 and also number 7 could be important numbers for you, but also number 2 and number 5 as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Now we're gonna move to pile number 5. Feel free to watch more than one pile as always. Thank you. So for everyone who picked number 5, let's see what you guys got. Ooh, good start. We have here Romance. We have here Bully. We have here I Go Where You Go. We also have 9 of Cups. We have, wow, 9 of Cups 2 times. This is hilarious. 9 of Cups 2 times. Very interesting. We have here Communication and also the Ship, Sacred Journey. Just move these cards. We have here 10 of Pentacles. We have here the Hanged Man. We have Within the Next Few Months and Spirit of Truth. Okay, guys, let's see. What am I gonna pick up here? So first and foremost, let's start with something that's most immediate energy, because we're doing this reading right for 1 to 3 years from now. But this card here suggests that within the next few months you will already see certain patterns. I think it's going to be related maybe to either you taking some kind of journey somewhere or communicating with someone. But I think you will already start seeing what is this wish, what is this dream that is going to be coming true within the next few months. I'm not sure, because it's, again, for each person is going to be different energy, but within the next few months I feel like something very significant is going to be happening in your life. So this is important. Now, what I'm also getting here for you, there is going to be a lot of, I think, important energy when it comes to communication. Why? Is because we have here this card bully, we also have here card communication, and we have here spirit of truth. For a lot of you, maybe in the past you have suffered from some kind of bullying. Maybe it was in the past, maybe it's just even like in the current communication. Maybe it's somebody at a workplace or a family member or somebody in your life who could be just a person who doesn't know how to communicate well. Maybe it's even your significant other. Maybe it's a loved person that whenever they get angry or whatever, they just start intimidating others and all of these things, you know, verbal abuse sometimes, stuff like that. So I feel like this energy is going to be definitely transforming. And even if, let's say that if this happened long ago in the past, but maybe you're still experiencing some of the side effects of it. Like, you know, sometimes when we experience trauma, like let's say somebody bullies us or whatever, abuses us, sometimes even years later we feel that. Like, I was bullied when I was, you know, in what do you call it, middle school, and before, like, and for many years it was really affecting me, how I communicate with others, myself, and like all of these things. So for you, there's going to be a transformation, I think, of this area, because we do have here communication. I think for a lot of you guys, you're going to be choosing open and honest communication. You're going to be learning how to speak your truth even. So maybe for a lot of you it was very difficult to express your truth. Maybe for a lot of you it was very difficult to express your truth, speak your truth. Maybe you were afraid to be, how to say, misunderstood, because in the past, whenever you try to express yourself, other people bullied you or whatever. So now I think for a lot of you, you're going to be learning how to connect to the truth within you, how to speak your truth, how to communicate, you know, in really like way where it's healthy, where you honor yourself. And if somebody dishonors you, how do you move from that energy? How do you heal from this energy? So this is going to be significant improvement and growth, I think, in this area. I also feel like for a lot of you, there is going to be a relationship, definitely, because we have here a romance card. And again, this is going to be probably just for some of you. But I do see there is an element here of either this person living at a distance from you, maybe you already know them, or I feel like you might live in the same place, but somehow because of this relationship, I feel there is going to be some kind of travel taking place, because we have here the sacred journey, the ship, and I go where you go. So there is somebody here following somebody. So it could be that this person lives at a distance from you, like you're in a long distance relationship, or it could be that the two of you will choose to also go together. Maybe one of you will get an opportunity to study somewhere, or to teach, or to work somewhere, or whatever it is. And I feel like another person will follow. Maybe it's you who will get it and this person will follow you. Alternatively, another scenario I'm seeing how this could pick up is that how this could manifest is that somebody here will be really following their heart, going, traveling, you know, like sort of like deepening their spirituality, you know, going somewhere very important. And this is where they're gonna meet the significant love interest. So again, it could manifest later on, like you will be meeting a person while traveling, and this will show like kind of like be like a long distance relationship in the beginning. But I do feel like with I go where you go, like this relationship is gonna unfold. Again, it's not gonna be long distance for everyone. I just feel there is this energy of travel, taking trips, moving somewhere, and one person could be following the other. So for some of you, maybe it's just the two of you will choose to, maybe you both, let's say, live in New York, but both of you are sick of living in New York, you know, and both of you want to go and move, I don't know, to Bali or to whatever, Mexico, or just different city even in the US or in whatever country you're from. So because of this relationship, maybe the two of you are going to do that. The signs I'm seeing here could be even Gemini, Piscean, any water sign really, or even earth sign. So I'm not really seeing specific signs in this readings because again, it's, you know, general. And we have here the Hanged Man. So I do think that for a lot of you, it's going to be very important in this relationship, in this connection, to just sort of like surrender and go with the flow, really, more than anything. The more you're gonna try to force things, the more challenging it's gonna be. I think it's really like there's this energy, right? I go where you go, but more importantly, go with the flow. Really let go of control. I do see there's going to be a significant journey, a significant trip, a very spiritual journey, very spiritual trip that's going to be taking place. Again, I think this is where you could meet the person you want, or maybe if you already met this person, the two of you could be taking a significant journey together. Again, I go where you go here. I also feel like in general, like, you know, the only really like difficult energy I see is this bully card. Like you maybe learning how to even confront your own fears, or if let's say other people constantly, you know, bully you, or you don't know how to stand up to others, you will be learning. It's going to be important to learn about this, how to, you know, how to protect yourself even in some way. But on a more positive side, I do like, we have 2 Nine of Cups here. So I do feel like for a lot of you, an important wish and dream is going to come true, and it's even going to be, because we have here again 9 of Cups twice from different decks, maybe even it's 2 different dreams. Like maybe one dream of yours is a relationship, and we got the Romance card here, and I do feel like it's in a high vibration, this Romance card. Maybe another card has to do with, maybe another wish there has to do with the traveling. You know, your dream is to travel somewhere, or maybe your dream is to just learn how to speak your truth or grow spiritually. Whatever it is, you know, I think there's 2 different dreams that's gonna come true simultaneously. And I don't know why, but the saying just came to my head. I saw it another day when I was like on the way to my meditation, and there was this quote on the wall. It said something like, life has different ways of testing us, either by not making anything happen at all, or by making everything happen at once. So maybe for some of you, like you were in a stagnant time period where nothing was happening, and suddenly all of your wishes will come true, like all your dreams are coming true kind of thing, because again we have here 9 of Cups twice. So for you, again, maybe this is going to be an energy where you will need to learn how to not get overwhelmed and surrender, because I've seen this actually happen to a few people, my friends, who for many years they were kind of like stuck. Personal life wasn't going, work was also like in a weird place, like everything was sort of like, you know, maybe even in this Hanged Man position, like maybe this is even your position now. And you know, the funny thing is, when like things started unfolding, everything started happening at once. So they literally like in 1 year met someone and like had a kid even, and their work started going, and all kind of things started unfolding for them. And so their issue at that moment, of course you cannot say it was an issue, but that they were just overwhelmed. They're like, how do I tend to everything? Like this is everything I ever wanted, but now, you know, I need to make sure that I have time for me, I have time to rest. So for some of you, I don't want to say that it's going to be extreme like that, but it could be a moment where just everything is going to pick up. All of the things you always wanted are going to be coming true. So for you, again, the challenge at that moment is going to be to, again, also let go of control and just let your life unfold as it is. Because again, with 10 of Pentacles here, very positive reading, actually, whoever chose this, I do think like there's going to be prosperity and like family stability and financial stability as well, all of these different things. So it is even like, I do see also even within the next few months, you're going to start seeing some kind of signs, you know, like things that you need to do to start going in that direction. And the only really thing that I see as a more challenging energy, again, is you. If you have any kind of communication blockages, if you have any kind of issues, you know, expressing yourself, you are going to have to work with this energy. You're going to have to learn from whatever past experiences you have, you know, whatever it is, you know, like if you have any kind of blockages again in this area, learn how to connect to your own truth, honor your own truth, and be able to express to it. I don't know why, but it's just very significant here. I'm not even sure how it exactly ties to everything else, but I feel like it's related. Just for every person, I guess it's going to be related in a different way, but overall it's very positive. Again, I think for you the main challenge is to, if you've experienced any kind of situations where maybe others were undermining you or bullying you or like intimidating you, or maybe you just yourself kind of like have a lot of deep fears and don't know how to communicate, like don't know how to really just speak from your heart, you're gonna be sort of like resolving a lot of these issues. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably the most, even with you know, with 9 of Cups twice, one of the most positive piles. Feel free to always choose another pile as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. All the information about everything is in the description box, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.